Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
To see somebody blatantly do what they've done here, it makes me angry, very angry.
That Fargo man is speaking out for those he says don't have a voice. He reached out to us saying the townhome he lives in South Fargo used to have an accessible parking spot for the disabled.
It has since been changed to an employee parking spot. Valley News Team's Macy Enger spoke with the man who says whether or not it's legal, it's unethical.
There's a small parking lot in front of the office of the Tucker Point Townhomes complex, just off of 23rd Avenue South. One spot is reserved for staff, but it didn't used to be.
I noticed that the management kept parking in the handicap spot.
Mike Morris called the cops when he saw the accessible spot being misused. Since it wasn't state mandated, there wasn't much local authorities could do.
It got them to stop parking in that parking spot, which was good.
Weeks later, Morris says he noticed a change. What used to be a spot reserved for the handicap was now for staff only. He says it's illegal to have employee parking without providing a spot for the disabled.
They're basically just thumbing their nose at the handicapped community.
According to the American Disabilities Association, a business must provide a space closest to the entrance for the disabled. When we reached out to the townhome's manager, she said they were not interested in commenting. Driving around the complex, we couldn't find any other accessible spots. And Moore says it's not just this company.
Sometimes I'll get in my truck and I'll just drive around and I see violation after violation after violation after violation, and I don't see tickets for it. You know, and I think it's time as a society, when we're worried about offending people so much, that maybe we should take a little more notice in the people that can't always help themselves than the people that can.
In Fargo, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
We reached out to the city of Fargo and they told us they'd look into the legality of this. Tonight, when we spoke with Mayor Tim Mahoney, he told us the complaint is for the state to decide since it's on private property, but he'd be willing to look into the matter himself at Morse's request.
A greater emphasis on mental health means more training for police to safely interact with all kinds of people. With autism such a hot-button issue these days, local police departments are taking it head on. In Fargo, the PD says it holds specialized training several times a year. It's to make sure officers know how someone with a mental disorder can act irrationally because they may not understand what's happening. Those who know autism spectrum disorder firsthand say local departments are doing a good job.
I don't envy law enforcement, trying to make sure that their officers and others are doing the right things, because you sometimes have a split second to do the right thing, or some big aggressive behavior may happen.
The Fargo PD is also part of the CIT, which is Crisis Intervention Team that deals specifically with mental disorders. The Federal Bureau of Investigation says it's still too early to speculate on a reason for today's rampage in Chattanooga, Tennessee at a military facility. A gunman opening fire, leaving 4 Marines dead. One officer was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The hospital was on lockdown in the chaos after the shooting and opened back up shortly after the horrific event was over. The Marines that were killed died at the Navy Operational Support Center and Marine Corps Center. The gunman was also killed in the incident.
After more than 2 months of testimony, a Colorado jury returned a guilty verdict, murder in the first degree for theater shooter James Holmes. Jurors reached their decision after deliberating 165 charges in fewer than 2 days. Holmes pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity for the mass shooting that killed 12 people, injuring dozens nearly 3 years ago. Now, the trial will now enter a sentencing phase with testimony about whether Holmes should be imprisoned for life or sentenced to death. Prosecutors called more than 200 witnesses during the trial. Defense attorneys argued that Holmes suffered from mental illness and was unable to tell right from wrong, Colorado's standard for insanity.
Fairmont, North Dakota residents are still being told to boil your water. Tuesday night, severe storms tore off the top of the town's water tower. Crews have checked the tower out and say it's going to take a couple of weeks to repair. The water inside is being tested to see if it's contaminated. For now, residents should not drink it, but you can use it for showers, but not cooking. The Red Cross has provided some bottled water for the townspeople to use.
Senator John Hoeven announced today that the Senate has passed the Every Child Achieves Act, legislation that will replace the No Child Left Behind law. The bipartisan measure, which reauthorizes the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, allows states to develop their own educational accountability plans. The legislation restores state control over education standards and prevents the federal government from mandating or incentivizing academic standards, including Common Core.
There's something about those products, you know, the as seen on TV ones that have people reaching for their wallet. After all, they're seemingly simple fixes for problems many encounter every day.
But the real question is, do they really work? Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson shows us a product claiming to relieve your aches and pains and brings it to an expert to see if it's really worth your money.
Does sitting all day cause pain that won't go away? Introducing Royal Posture, the amazing back support that perfectly aligns your spine to help relieve pain.
It's supposed to be a miracle fix for posture problems. Millions of Americans deal with chronic pain, and chiropractor Kevin Pape says that number is growing.
Want some help?
To find out what Dr. Pape thinks about this product, we had our intern, Bailey Hurley, try it on.
Yes, that goes around like a belt.
Right away, Bailey says it's uncomfortable and wouldn't wear it for a long period of time, which the infomercial says you should.
Royal Posture, very comfortable to wear. I noticed that after several days, I started standing straighter, I started feeling better, and I wasn't getting the pains in my back like I'd been getting before.
Dr. Pape notices Bailey is standing straighter, but says that will go away as soon as she takes it off, saying this type of brace is a temporary fix, not a solution.
If Bailey becomes reliant on the brace, if you remove the brace, then you're going to actually be weakened to hold that structure of that body in that position.
He says if you have back or neck pain, getting adjusted and strengthening your muscles is the key.
I would give it a C+, maybe a B, because it's going to help. If someone's not going to do something on their own, it's still better than nothing. But on the same token, all it's advertising, I don't think it's the answer for everything.
And our intern Bailey gives it a C,
feel restricted,
saying she wouldn't wear it. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Now, Dr. Pape says he usually doesn't recommend braces for people, but if you do need one for just a short period of time to heal, there are some more comfortable ones out on the market.
A small-town Minnesota fire department hopes some food and music will bring people out to open up their wallets. The Pearlie Fire Department hosting a spaghetti dinner and a DJ providing music tonight at the community hall. The department gets limited funds from the town, not enough, according to one firefighter, to pay for needed equipment. Well, some firefighters, they say, have to pay for the equipment themselves. The money generated tonight would go to defraying those personal costs.
You're looking at 25 to 3 grand, I'm sure, a piece. Okay. So it adds up, and a pager is 388 a piece. I mean, a helmet alone is 260 bucks. So it's tough, especially for a little town, Pearlie, that has only 93 people.
Hegerberg added that getting people to move to Pearlie is hampered by a FEMA ruling for ring dike communities, which limits building for 15 years. Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.